Hi guys. My name's Emma. I'm a care consultant at Ungex. I was going to say at Demodex, but that's very very similar. I'm a Demodex care consultant at Ungex. So please feel free to jump on there. I don't know if I've got anyone on our YouTube page there. YouTube viewers. So welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. It's about 8 o'clock here in Melbourne, Australia. So I thought I'd do a late video. It's not too much of my close mug there for you. There we go. Oh, didn't want to do that. Sorry. There we go. That was my plans. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. I usually go, if you haven't seen my videos before, I go over what demodex mites are, the problems they cause. I'm actually going to run through a couple of questions from the week as well, some frequently asked questions. I get so many of them, so I've picked out a couple to touch on today in terms of demodex mites and some of those symptoms that they cause. So please feel free to comment, ask me any questions. I'll try as best as I can to answer online. But if I can't do that, I will respond to you afterwards because it is quite late here and my train of thought goes quite one track on Demodex Road. So but yeah, so welcome. If you're here, you're probably wondering, you know, what's demodex mites? What are skin mites? So I just thought, especially for people in the UK, if they've got a chance to jump on and see my videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We're also on Instagram, on the Facebook page as well. We have a demodex mite support group. Sorry, YouTubers, I'm going everywhere, so I'm just going to focus in the middle maybe. We have an excellent support group there. I just want to say also just about our support group. We created the support group for your benefit, guys. So we know there is a lack of awareness in the medical field. That's why we created this platform, the Demodex support group, to give you guys a voice. But also we have rules and regulations with our group. So we don't, well, I'm not, what am I trying to say? Any slandering towards Ungex or anything else, you will be removed from the group. Also, any personal comments, I do my best as a care consultant. So, you know, I go above and beyond for people to try and help them as best as I can. In terms of cost of our products, there is a price and a cost in our products. The reason behind the cost in our products is we have a research and development team. There's been time and research and development put into making our products, but most importantly, you invest in our care consultancy. So I how do I say it? Personally, I give a lot of my time and energy because I really want to help people. I'm not here to force people to hurt, you know, I'm not here to gouge money out of people. That's not my moral background or anything behind who I am. I do my best as I can. As I said, I give everyone, work within people's budgets and what they can afford. So I just wanted to sort of share that. Because if you're going to especially spam on our on our support group and personally slander me as well, you will be removed. So yeah, it's not very nice. Yeah, so that's just my little 2 cents there. But yeah, otherwise, like, we so appreciate you guys sharing your personal stories, your tips and tricks, you know, for how you're managing these problems with skin mites. I totally understand it. But also I'm not going to go on your personal Facebook page and slander you. So that's just how it is. So demodex are a horrible microscopic parasite. This is them behind me. This is what they look like under the microscope. They continuously do my head in. If you haven't seen my videos before, they can cause so many problems. A big reason, what people ask me is, how did I get to a stage of why me? Why have I got Demodex? And how did this happen to me? The thing with Demodex, they're not so much of a problem when they're in low numbers. So I've got Demodex now. Nearly every human on earth has Demodex. But when they're microscopic, so they're tiny, they're hardly visible to the naked eye. So we can, we can't even see them unless you're Superman. But when they're in a high population density area, that's when they can cause a lot of ongoing skin issues, such as blepharitis, acne, dermatitis, hair loss, flaking of the skin, aging of the skin, redness, itching is a #1 indication that you may have these higher numbers, movements on the skin, any of those creepy crawly sensations is a possibility that you do have high numbers of them. Another way to find out is doing our little quiz on ungexau.com. Takes about 10 minutes. I've run over them. You can have a look on my previous videos. I go through the quiz, and what we ask from that quiz really determines how you may have actually inadvertently fed them without realizing. There's a lot of factors when it comes to Demodex and any other parasites that love the skin. There's so many other things that love the skin, not just Demodex. Springtails, dust mites, scabies, bird mites, columbella, I can't say that right, mites. There is a lot of things that I myself am still learning about Demodex itself and it's themselves, because I have only been with the company for 8 months, but I learn so much more every single day. So that's a big part of what you purchase as well, our care consultancy. So our information is valued information. I'm not definitely going to give that away for free because as much as I love to help people, a big part of what we say and give you comes with our care consultancy in conjunction with the use of the products. So, as I said, I put a lot of time and energy into my job because I care about people. And that can actually be a little bit of a detriment to myself, but we know how to effectively treat Demodex for the long term. Essentially, a lot of people, you go to your dermatologist, you go to your specialist going, look, I've got acne, I've got rosacea, I can feel things on my skin. And generally what these specialists do, they just see you as symptoms. They know how to treat symptoms, not the root of the problem, which is mites, skin mites. So it is real. And I know a lot of people get told that they're obsessive compulsive, it's all in their mind, but it is very real, very real. Another reason why you could potentially have these higher numbers is your immune system. That's #1. That's so important. So if you do have a compromised immune system, it just means you're more susceptible to higher populations, as well as they do transfer from skin to skin contact. So you may have been exposed to more populations. They also live off the skin as well. So they live off the skin for 52 hours. So there's a potentially you could have even got some further populations to aid the low populations, and then it's just unfortunately been out of control. We ask this in our little quiz, what you're doing to your skin, that can really that can aid the populations as well. So if you're blasting your skin with a lot of tea tree oil, sulfur, chemical-based products that are really harsh for the skin, what essentially they do is they can help you for a short period of time, because Demodex, they come to the surface at night. they are the most active at night. So that's when we need to target them. That's the only way we can target them effectively, because that's when they come to the surface of the skin and they lay their eggs, and the eggs are back deep in those hair follicles. So it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the eggs to hatch and become adults. And so it's a life cycle. It's a life cycle of these horrible, horrible things. So the only way to effectively treat that is kill them off in generational life cycles. Otherwise, you will not get off the wheel of demotics. I do say it a lot of times. Unfortunately, if you're using a lot of topical ointments, a lot of tea tree oil, it can just kill the ones off the surface. And in about a month's time, 2 to 3 weeks' time, you've got those problems again. So unfortunately, it's they're very hard. They're very hard to live with. I totally understand. Also physically and mentally, living with skin mites is absolutely horrible. But please feel free to message me. You can jump on our website, ungexau.com. Please send us a message. We have a live chat feature, so we can't always be available. I do have to sleep, but we'll get back to you as soon as possible. You can also please feel free to email me, care.ungexus, ungex.com, sorry. And my name's Emma. So, please jump on, do the quiz. I'm just going to run over about Demodex hair loss. So, as I said, Demodex can cause a lot of problems because their number one source of food is sebum, which is our oil in our skin. So the stuff that helps our skin grow, the stuff that helps our hair grow. So that is their number one source of food. So it makes sense as to why you may have started off just with some acne or flaking of the skin or redness or itching, and it's because they're eating away at those good skin cells. There is 2 types of Demodex in our body. Demodex brevis, which is on the skin, the type that love our skin, and Demodex folliculorum, which is the ones that love our hair. So generally, if you have a high infestation, you've probably got the 2 types happening. But yeah, no 2 people are the same. So our treatment is really important, and our treatment is really customized to you. So that's another thing that I wanted to express, especially on our group, because I've had some customers there. We give a recommended time frame of 3 to 4 months. That's recommended. So that's our research and development team have, I'm not a scientist, but that research has gone into that is one, on average, a person with a medium to high infestation, it takes around 3 to 4 months to treat you for the long term. So we need to get these populations from 1,000, a million, to at least a manageable number, because we're not here to say, we're going to cure you and we're going to rob you all of this money, because that's just not what we do. Read our testimonials. We've helped so many people. It takes time. There's a lot of people. I think, having those realistic expectations is really important, because if you have a severe infestation from head to toe, this has probably been building up in these numbers for years. So it's not going to go away in a week. It's not going to go away in a month. If you've got a severe infestation, it's not going to go away in 2 months, but we hope by a 3-month mark, you've made progress. And the secret behind why our products work, and we've seen it work, is that people consistently use it. So if you're consistently working at something, it's going to have the best results. So our products are to be used at night. I'm not going to really touch on our products tonight, because I've done them in the past, and heaps of videos. So please, feel free to look back on that. I've got the treatment videos there. I'll also do a video tomorrow as well. So this was just really, I just wanted to say, we do the best we can. We support all of our customers in treatment, and you know, I really don't condone being bullied, so to speak, because I'm a sensitive Sally, and you know, goodness, I'm not a perfect person, but you know, no one is. It's really a video for me, but yeah. But the reason why as I said, having those realistic expectations when it comes to Demodex. I understand if you've been having these problems for years, you're completely over it, you just want it gone. I totally understand that, but we don't. We're not guaranteeing you a miracle. You know, it's hard work. It's hard work getting Demodex off your skin. Simple as that. And a big part of treatment is the die-off, because we need to get these horrible things off your skin. So that's all part of the process of our care consultancy, because we know it works and we've seen it work. The people that say that Ungex doesn't work is that they actually haven't given it time. So that's generally what happens. They think, oh, you know, I bought this product, I expected it to work in 2 weeks or a month, and then you're not getting the results that you hoped for. It's because it's unrealistic. And then other people, you know, they've gone so well in treatment and then they just stopped, because you think, unfortunately, Demodex, again, there's just so many of them on your skin because they're so microscopic. Anyway, I'm probably going on a bit of a rant here, if not already. So I'm going to just, I had a customer today, and this is a good question. In terms of Demodex hair loss, so essentially hair loss is very complex in itself. Regrowing hair loss in itself, there's a lot of things that can cause hair loss, of course. So hormones, genetics, all those things, your history. But with Demodex hair loss, essentially it's much like your head is like a garden. Our skin is like a garden, you know, it grows the hair, it grows our skin, renews the skin. Just trying to find this here. So you think of like your garden, if you're trying to, you know, grow veggies in your garden and all that stuff, and you've got pests in the garden eating them, of course, nothing's going to be able to grow, right? So essentially, if you've been trying to regrow your hair or notice that you've had hair loss, what happens is the Demodex are essentially eating that oil, supporting that hair follicle. So the hair follicle becomes extremely damaged. Therefore, if you're trying to use hair growth treatments and stuff like that on your scalp, it's not going to work, because they feed off oil. Just a lot of hair growth treatments, shampoos, conditioners, etc., just have oil-based properties. So you're really just giving them an expensive meal. This is the question I had. Hey, I'm a 28-year-old male who's starting to lose my hair, a very bad itch and dandruff. I can't fix it with anything else. So I bought your products to see if it works. I can see people just saying they're cleared from mites from skin, not just from hair. So for this guy, he actually purchased our DHT, which is our Demodex hair tonic, which is great. It is one of my favorite products. So the hair tonic by itself is excellent. Where is it? Here it is. So that's the hair tonic. Much like the cleanser as well. If you buy them separately, it's great to start introducing your skin to the products. So the hair tonic's role helps to promote hair growth. hair growth and skin cell regeneration in the scalp. But the thing with the hair tonic is that you know, especially with hair regrowth, that is our primary job is not to get hair regrowth. So if you see on our site, where of course we treat demodex, we don't treat hair regrowth. But of course, if hair regrowth happens whilst killing demodex, that is an absolute bonus, but our job is to get rid of the demodex. So the hair loss is a symptom of an overpopulation of demodex mites. If there is a high population of mites and you want hair growth, it's nearly impossible for it to happen. So again, it just comes back to those realistic factors. So getting rid of mites is necessary for the regrowth to occur. And if that's the only reason you have hair loss, then there's a really good chance your hair will grow back once the mites are gone. But this is something, again, we don't promise. We work towards mite elimination, and you need to do it properly with the protocol system, which includes all 4 products, not just the hair tonic by itself. Again, everyone's body is so different, and hair growth in itself is such a complex issue, not to mention, as I said before, other issues, genetics, hormones, etc. So the products do play the role of clearing the scalp of demodex mites, depending on it, you know, everyone's infestation levels, etc. And then any other treatments used to regrow hair can then be applied without feeding the mites and repopulating, as demodex won't feed off the oil. And as I said, a lot of those treatments are oil-based. But our Demodex hair tonic is absolutely brilliant. Just to give it the full effect it needs, you need to do the rest of the protocol with it, essentially, especially if you've got demodex. So we can't promise hair regrowth because it's so complex, but we can promise to work towards eliminating the demodex so your hair can grow back. It just all makes sense, right? So, of course, if you just wanted to try hair tonic, again, this is an excellent one to start with. It helps to control the populations. It's just not as strong as our PDT. So, especially for the scalp is generally a bit easier to treat because demodex love heat, and we hold a lot of heat in our scalp. So there's a lot of hair follicles there, so it just means a lot more demodex. So it's generally the first in treatment. The scalp is the first place where you start. It starts working the most effectively quite quickly. So that was just one I wanted to share today. Also, again, coming back to that time frame and realistic expectations, this customer has also only had the products for a week. So, you know, it takes time to grow hair back. It's just, you know, use your head, guys. Unfortunately, you know, we need to use our brains so we can think about what's going on. And look, you know, demodex is very complex. As I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a skin specialist, but I know how to best treat you for demodex infestations. Demodex eggs are not visible. You can't see them. So if you're seeing any little eggs coming off your skin or stuff like that, it could potentially be lice. All those other things I mentioned before, dust mites, bed bugs. There's so many other things that feed, you know, they feed off our skin. They're you know, ticks. They burrow as well. They lay eggs. So, but demodex, because they're microscopic, you can't see their eggs. It's as simple as that. If someone figured out a way to effectively target the eggs deep in those hair follicles with some kind of laser beam from a death star, we wouldn't exist. So yeah, a big part of us at Ungex is we really take care of your skin because that is the most, that's the most important. because if you've got a severe infestation, your skin's most likely in trauma. So we need to find that real balance. And as I said, no two people are the same. So, you know, if you've got more higher sensitive skin, it's unfortunately, you may just be more susceptible to more populations, especially with rosacea and blepharitis. You know, that's a lot more sensitive skin condition. So there's a lot to take into, you know, if you've been suffering for so long, you've probably tried to self-manage it, which we know a lot of people have. So, you know, unfortunately, a lot of those self-management treatments can actually do your skin more harm than good. I would highly recommend getting an SDT to begin with, as well as if you've got hair loss, get our DHT and our SDT. You can even just get the DHT to start off with. But as I said again, if you've come to us expecting hair regrowth by itself, that's most likely not going to happen. If you've got Demodex, you have to get both of our products together, work as a protocol system. So start with PDT or an SDT. They're our two most important sprays. So, but yeah, please feel free to contact me. As I said, you can please, you know, jump on our website. We always have the live chat feature there. Please do our quiz. Any questions that you want to ask us, there's no silly question when it comes to Demodex. Although, don't ask me questions. It's like, is American and Australian dollars the same? Because they're not. Anyway, Google that. There's some things I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not God. But we can definitely help you. So, you know, as the best results are seen when you take our advice on board. It's a big part of what you purchase. So that's a lot of what goes into the products and treatment, because we're not here to give you a cream and say, see you later. It's not what we're about. So we've seen it work. I have customers that are about 30 people are currently in treatment, and they're at the 3-month mark, and they've done the hard work, and they're getting results. So, and I'm so happy for you guys, you know, always sending me love and big thanks. So it makes my heart warm. And as long as, you know, they put in that hard work every night, and I know how hard it is. So anyway, but please jump on tomorrow. I'll be live again. I might go into some other things to do with Demodex that never ends. But yeah, please jump on and do our quiz. Have a look at our products as well. Please use my free shipping code FS20 at the checkout there. We always get popping a freebie for you, because we know what it's like dealing with Demodex. We have the best tools for a long-term solution. So, you know, in the end, it's up to you. There's not many other treatments on the market that effectively treat you for the long term, just for the short term. I can tell you that now. So, yeah, but take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.